Sunday olorunsheyi is a Nigerian businessman and an international business leader with a professional experience of over 20 years in building business in different business sectors. He is the co-founder of Partners Group, the international investment manager at Dreammaker Realty, Ontario, Canada, and chief executive officer of Global Group Africa. Sunday is a successful serial entrepreneur, a business and management consultant, an investment advisor, and a global keynote speaker. His life project is to help people in business break through by empowering their minds via training and mentoring. He's currently the lead mentor at olorunsheyi mentorship platform, with a vision to raise globally relevant individuals to become institutions. As a dedicated philanthropist, he is also the founder and chairman of the olorunsheyi Foundation, established principally to tackle poverty, poor education, and community health issues in Africa. Sunday is also a faculty member at the African Leadership Forum and an alumnus of the Business School Netherlands. He holds a master's degree in global management from Salford University, the United Kingdom.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, it pleases me to be here with you today and to be attending the conference virtually. I appreciate the Freedom Project Tribe for putting this together. There's no better time than now for us to begin to discuss the subject of wealth creation, especially in Africa. If we look at all the continents of the world today, you will agree with me that Africa is that continent that is so blessed. We have huge potentials, but we are yet to realize a bulk of this deposit, giftings of God that has been deposited in Africa. For those that we have been able to discover, we have not been able to explore to the fullest. And that's why today it looks as if we are disadvantaged in Africa. But this cannot continue for too long. And that's why you and I have to be a part of making and delivering the change that is much desired in Africa. Thank you, Dr. Michael Adeyemi and your team for inviting me to be a part of this year's conference. We'll be discussing wealth creation, we'll be talking about financial freedom. And it's a subject I love to talk about because I've been privileged to experience the different parts when it comes to building wealth. I've been on the low part of the world where it looks as if money is not meant for some people. A stage in my life where even those that were poor could refer to me as poor also because things were really bad, terribly bad. But I've been able to pivot from that level to a level where money is no longer a problem. It has become just a resource that I send on errand whenever and however I want it to go on errand for me. It's a journey. It's a journey. It's a journey. But that journey started with a mind. It started with myself first agreeing that it is possible to move from where I used to be to where I am right now. Just like my mind has been able to conceive that it is possible for me to move from where I am right now to the next level. When we talk about financial freedom, it means different things to different people. But I know one simple definition that we all might want to agree with is that financial freedom is always a state in your life where you don't necessarily have to work again for you to enjoy the quality of life that you so desire. It means it has gotten to a point whereby you don't have to work for money, but money keeps working for you. you have developed a system that takes care of money matters, that you don't have to bother about working so hard. You have worked for a number of years, you've gotten to a point where even if you don't work again, you can enjoy that quality of life that you have always desired. And I believe everyone deserves to be financially free. And that's why we're putting all of this together. And that's why I'm speaking to you today. So in the next few minutes, join me as we begin to look at the new rules of financial freedom. I remember growing up, one of the desires my parents had for me was to become a medical doctor. So they put in so much effort to challenge me to be very good with my education. They wanted a career for me in medicine because as far as they're concerned, once I become a medical doctor, I'll become a successful person. They can be proud of me. They can tell their friends, oh, that's my doctor's son coming, you know. And that was a good dream. For all of my siblings also, they had different desires. The one that should be a lawyer, the one that should be an astronaut, you know, amazing dreams. Because as far as they were concerned, the rule that makes for wealth is for you to go to school, earn good grades, pick a good career, and voila, everything begins to work for you. But you will agree with me today that that rule no longer works. That's why you can see a number of people in Nigeria today that are in some of those popular professions, but yet struggling. The jackpot syndrome that is going on in the country right now, it might shock you to realize that the so-called professionals, they are the forefront, they are the ones leading the campaign, they are the ones living this country every day. Don't get me wrong, not every one of them lives because of greener pastures, I understand. But you will agree with me that when they look at what some of their colleagues earn outside Nigeria, they are always tempted to make that move. So it simply means that going to school, getting good grades, and getting that job of your dream might not necessarily guarantee financial freedom any longer. So the rules are changing. And some of the things we need to take note of right now is how people have been able to stay on the side of innovation and not just education. Now, I'm not trying to talk down education here. As I speak with you, I'm a PhD holder. So I've gone through the path of building myself education-wise. I've got 2 master's degrees. So if education is not important, I wouldn't have done all of that. But I've come to see that that's not what makes for success in life. That's not what makes for financial freedom. Today, if I'm financially free, it's not because I'm a PhD holder. It's because I chose innovation over education. And it's important that everyone that desires financial freedom, it's important that you begin to think innovation ahead of education. When we talk about innovation, it's not necessarily doing something new. It's just being creative about life. Looking at the existing and asking yourself, how can I improve on this existing structure, this existing system? How can I pick that lemon and make lemonade out of it? For those of us that maybe grew up in the late 70s to 80s and maybe early 90s thereabout, you will agree with me that as at the 80s, what you call pure water today, the sachet water, was not a popular product in the market. When we were growing up, when we need to drink water, we have people that will put bucket on their head. I know this will resonate with some of us. And you hear them saying something like, ice water tuture, and they move from street to street. Interestingly, everyone that needed to take water, then cold water, you ask them to stop, they bring the bucket down, and they dip their cup into that water and serve you, you drink, they move to the next person, and we keep sharing cups like that. But someone looked at it and said, oh, this is not hygienic enough. How can we move it to the next level? But it wasn't sachet water that came first. It was what we used to call, what's it called? It's also ice water, but they would tie it in more like this, what's it called, polythene that you use to wrap your semo or amala or thereabout, And they wrap it in there, tie it. And they go about hawking also. And this time around, we have moved from the step of sharing cups to being able to at least take something. But someone looked at that again and said, oh, how hygienic. Can we upgrade it? And they upgraded to what you know as sachet water today, the pure water. And before you know it, the few guys that brought that innovation into the water industry made a lot of money, just by thinking about better ways to do these things. And today, it has become popular phenomenon for people to have bottled water. It's now a popular product everywhere. I don't know if someone is thinking of another way that we can present water to people. But that's just an example of how things have changed and how innovation has created wealth for people. The age we live in right now, you see young lads go on social media, and all they needed to do is to be creative. Creativity. And they are cashing out every day. You wouldn't blame some young people that maybe they are not taking education too seriously today. It's because when they look at what the numbers are saying, they can see that we have a large chunk of people that have all the degrees, but yet they have not been creative about wealth, and they keep struggling. So what I always advise young people is, if you are this creative, imagine if you add education to it. It's going to give you an edge over others that are as creative as you are, but don't have the level of education that you have acquired. So in this age and time, we must be thinking innovation. And I've come to discover that innovation thrives on data. Now today, if you want to become wealthy, one of the fastest ways to become wealthy is to find a problem that you want to solve. Now, once you find a problem and you solve that problem effectively well, definitely people will get to pay you for solving that problem. Now, when we talk about solving problem, I tell people it's not just finding a problem. It is taking that problem personal, because it is how well you solve the problem that will determine the kind of money that will flow in your direction. And when we talk about wealth creation, if you check most of the people that have made legitimate wealth today, they've gotten to a point where they have mastered the act of solving problems. And people pay them for solving a problem that they enjoy to solve. You are not yet financially free until you get to a point where what you are doing is what you love to do. Whether people pay you to do it or not, you will still do it. But imagine doing that kind of thing and getting people to pay you. So you find a problem that you love solving, you enjoy solving, such that whether you are paid or not, you will still solve that problem, and you get people to pay you to solve that problem. So going back to data now, the easiest way to solve problem is when you have the available data that will help you understand patterns and help you relate things together, find relationships. If you are into sales, for example, you sell products, you must begin to ask yourself right now, what are the information available about this product I'm selling? When it comes to demographics, who are my customers? Where do they live? How much do they earn? How do they spend their time? Where do they go to? You see, this basic information can help you manage your time effectively and direct your energy in the right on the right track. Now, there are many people today that struggle to grow their business. The simple reason why they struggle is because they have not taken time to look at the available data about that problem they're trying to solve. So, for example, if you are in the business of raising people, like what we call network marketing, it is time for you to begin to understand the psychology of human. If you are trying to grow your team and it looks as if you are struggling, what information do you have available to you about the kind of people that you want in your team? How do they think? Where do they go? What do they desire? How do they want it given to them? All of these things will help you make informed decisions about how to reach these people. There are people today that you want to reach that social media might not be the best platform to reach them. And you might be wondering, like, you mean, are there people that are not on social media? They might be there, but when they come there, they are not there because of you. They are there for other reasons. When they want to meet people like you, they prefer to find you on another platform. But if you don't know how they think and where they would love to find you, you might be busy spending money promoting yourself on social media, and yet you are not reaching them, and it's looking as if it's not working. So it's important for you to have all of this data right in front of you. I advise people in my team that if you can spend more time trying to understand what the numbers are saying about whatever product or service that you are trying to push or champion, you'll be shocked how you will spend lesser time on the field getting results. But if you choose to go to the field with all the energy and all the strength without understanding what the market is saying, you just realize that you would have invested so much time and energy, but yet the result that is coming to you is so minimal. There's no better time for us to deploy Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs than now. If you want to solve problems, you should understand the problem you are solving very well. As a businessman, all of the ideas that I have ever worked on, especially in the last 10 years, are ideas that are tailored towards a particular segment of the Abraham Maslow's law. You know, it started from the need for physiological things. So you're asking yourself, the people you are trying to serve, do they belong to that level? That what is important to them right now is food, is water, is the air they breathe, the basic things of life. And you want to know where to find these people and how best to serve these people. Now, apart from the physiological needs, there are people that all they yearn for is safety. They've gotten the employment, but they want an employment that will give them peace of mind, what you call security, job security. And for people like that, if you are trying to target them, you want to ensure that whatever you are presenting to them are things that give them peace of mind. So if they are doing investment, they are risk averse. They don't want to take too much risk. We want to ensure that the little that they've been able to put together, they are able to secure it. So are you thinking of how to solve problems for those people? What about those that have attained that level, but the next thing is looking for love and belonging? They just want an atmosphere that can be friendly, that can be peaceful, that can make them feel they are loved by other people. What idea do you have that can help them solve that problem? Very important. You want to see how you can help them enjoy the kind of life that they desire, as it has to do with love and belonging. There are some that the need that they have is that of esteem. That's the next level. And for people at this level, it's about the recognition. It's about the importance of people making them feel good about who they are. They're interested in the luxury goods. Those are the kind of people that when you sell a product to them, even if that product is original, if it's not expensive, they don't value it. Because at their level, they believe there are certain kind of things they should use and others that they shouldn't. Of course, we have the highest level of it all, which is self-actualization. And these are people that it's no longer about what they want to achieve, but it's about being the most that they can ever be, fulfilling their purpose, living a life of impact and significance. These people also have needs. And you must begin to think, how do I solve along all of these lines? Today, I've been privileged to co-found a business that has lasted for 10 years. My business partner and I, when we're going to start, we laid the foundation of the business on a few things that I'll just share with you as I close. So that wherever you are, if your dream is financial freedom, if your dream is business freedom, if your dream is raising people, now listen to these few things that I'm going to talk about. Number one, we founded the business on a credible vision. We told ourselves we are out to solve for enterprise development and people empowerment. So I want to ask you right now, how credible is your vision? Now, if your dream is financial freedom, then you need a credible vision. A vision that will make you put both your head, your hand, and your heart into what you're doing. You sleep and you wake up every day, you are thinking that vision. Whether you are paid or not, you enjoy doing what you are doing because it's a credible vision. It's not just about making money. It's about solving real problems. Now, after we have been able to ascertain that this is something we want to pursue for the rest of our life, we knew that we were going to need people to grow that vision. So we started investing in people. Now today we have been able to grow a team of over 15,000 people. And if I say I'm financially free today, it is because I don't necessarily have to work again to live the kind of life that I want to live. I'm still aspiring for greater height, but everything that has to do with the basic amenities of life, I don't have to work again forever to enjoy all of this. Because I have built a business that has people at its base. So we started investing in people. Now that's the greatest investment that you can ever put your heart and your life into. People. I agree with you, they can be the greatest challenge also, because if you ask me, there have been terrible times in the business that was as a result of some bad people coming into the business. But listen to me, that has never stopped us from investing in people. The third thing that we invested in is in building systems. Because if you have people and you have not put structure in place that will accommodate the people, that will now make it run as a system, financial freedom might not be in view also. For example, in the last 4 years, 3-4 years, I don't think I stay more than 6 months in Nigeria every year. But that has never affected the growth of the business. Year after year, we kept scaling from one level to another. And it's simply because I've been able to build systems around the business. Whatever gives you opportunity to build such that whatever business you are doing does not necessarily need you to be present for it to grow. That kind of system will create financial freedom for you. I see most people today that claim to be business people, and I tell them, you are not a businessman. Of course, you are self-employed, because a businessman will be conscious of building systems such that while you are sleeping, your business is not sleeping. When you travel, your business has not traveled. When you are sick, your business is not sick, because you have built systems around your business. You must be intentional about this. I see people start businesses and they are waiting to grow before they set up all the functional units in the business. And that's always a no-no. It is better to structure for growth. All the functional units that will make that business become a conglomerate someday. Put it on paper, design for it. And as you design for it, when people come on your team, they can see a clear path for growth. They can see the big picture, and they are able to see themselves in that big picture. And that's when they will be willing to go with you. Finally, as I close, we also deployed technology. The investment we have in technology today, especially in the last 4 years, has been very phenomenal. And it's because we suddenly realized that the world has become a global village. And whatever business we are doing today, we must find a way to get it to people cheaper, to get it to them faster, and to get it to them easier. And technology does that for you. So if you are listening to me today, and you have not started investing heavily in technology, it is time to give it a thought. Because I tell you, it might look expensive initially when you're investing in technology, but in the future, it's going to help you a great deal. You're a network marketer, you are building teams. The people that you need in your team, you can find them anywhere in the world. With technology, you start thinking without barriers. People can get on your team and collaborate with you regardless of where they are in this world. But if you are not conscious of investment in technology, you can keep struggling to grow things, and it will look as if you have put in so much effort, but nothing is happening. These are a few things that has helped us in the last 10 years, and I can humbly say that we have built a business that we can be proud of as at this level. We are nowhere near where we're going to, but we have something to be thankful for. If you check pertinencegroup.com, you'll be able to see some of the things we have done in the last 10 years. And recently, we had to come together, my business partner and I, to release a book on partnership. Why did we do this? We realized that one of the secret sauce that has helped our business scale so fast is because of partnership. The good book says, 1, we chase 1,000. 2, we put 10,000 to flight. That has been our story. And each free partnership, crisis-free partnership. In the last 5 years, people have been on our neck that you need to write a book on partnership, because they see that it's an enviable one, a formidable partnership. And finally, after 10 years, we decided to release that book. We did it also because we observed that we don't have too many success stories when it has to do with partnerships and collaboration in Africa. And for the few success stories that we have, people have not documented it to help others coming behind see that it is possible, that together we can achieve more. So we brought out a book about our partnership story. You can find that book at thepertinenceway.com. If you see www.thepertinenceway.com, you can order for it. And it's going to inspire you greatly. And you will see how businesses can grow from nothing to become a multi-billion naira business. On this note, I want to say thank you for listening to me. I celebrate everyone that is on this journey towards financial freedom and wealth creation. And I want to guarantee you that very soon, every one of us will arrive at that party, and what we'll be celebrating is how we have been able to win together and get to the destination called financial freedom. I know I will have the opportunity sometimes to be with you physically again, but for now, thank you for listening to me. I appreciate you all. Enjoy the rest of the day. Bye now.